Next year, 2020, it's 400 years since the 1620 voyage of the Mayflower. So there's a lot of commemorative activity in the Netherlands, in England, and in New England, in America. There will be various celebrations, but it's a question how much of that will be focused on the Pilgrims themselves and how much will be on modern issues of refugees and immigration. The Pilgrims also thought they wouldn't want to do anything like in England, so they looked to the Bible and found Harvest Festival, Sukkot. And they also thought the Dutch Reformed had done a good job of reforming public life, and they were familiar with the Thanksgiving every October 3rd in Leiden, Thanksgiving for the lifting of the siege of Leiden. So these things all combine and appear in what we find in 1622.
What is the connection of this room with the Pilgrims?
This is the only house that is left of their period in Leiden. So the only thing that dates a little after the 17th century is the fireplace. It was modernized in 1730 approximately, so it's too recent for us. The rest of the room is period, and the objects we gathered are also from the 1600s.
This is still a private house. When my friends who own the house discovered that it was the oldest datable house in Leiden, they looked for a way to open some of it to the public, and through talking about the project of reviving interest in the Pilgrims, they said, well, why don't you put it into our house? So it's still a house. People live upstairs and next door, and it's generous of them to want to allow the public to see the museum part of the house. Amsterdam, like most cities, required foreigners to try to get day-by-day employment for at least a year, post financial guarantees, join the guilds, and then get long-term employment. Leiden, however, had been besieged in 1574, and nearly half the town had died. They changed their labor laws to try to attract refugees, so that refugees could come work in Leiden immediately. As long as they worked for someone who was a guild member, they didn't themselves have to join the guild. He was a descendant of one of the Pilgrims, so the second President John Adams and his son, who later became president, also was of that descent. John Adams was first the ambassador from the United States to the Netherlands, and while he was here, he enrolled his son, John Quincy Adams, in the University of Leiden, which is rather a pleasant thought because it means that at least one American president had a decent education.
What does it do to you when you come here?
It puts a lot of things in perspective. You know, this sense of who you are and where you came from. You just feel that time is shortened or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it gives you a feeling of a place.